Hello, my name's Brandalyn Shropshire, and I'm glad you joined us for The Journey. Whether you're watching us live or on a replay, we're just happy you're here. Listen, our country and our community is experiencing a shift in our social justice climate right now. People are demanding change, and one of the many ways they're doing that is by supporting businesses that are owned by people of color. That's why, as your host, I am honored to have had the opportunity to interview 4 incredible women of color, not only about their business, but also about their life. Last month, we talked with Dominique Harris, owner of Natty Naturals. Our conversation was fun and insightful, and today will be no different. Today we have Sheree Moore, owner of She Trucking. And when I tell you she brings it, you are truly in for a treat. Don't forget, we are here live, so if you have any questions through the interview, ask them, and we'll be right here to answer them. So, without further ado, enjoy the journey. Welcome to The Journey. My name is Brandalyn Shropshire, and I'm your host. The Journey is all about talking to entrepreneurs and creatives and learning not only about their business, but the highs and the lows, the struggles, and how they ended their journey to where they are now. On today, we have Miss Sheree Moore from She Trucking. Thank you for joining us, Miss Sheree.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's start off by just talking about She Trucking. If you don't mind, just tell us all about it.
So She Trucking is it's a community on Facebook and a trucking company as well. Our mission is to empower women in trucking through community. Currently, we have over 8,000 women drivers in our community.
Oh my goodness, 8,000. That's
8,000.
insane. And you know what? Before we even get too far into it, let's talk about this as well. You, ma'am, went viral.
Yes.
You went viral. Facebook recognized you and your company and the platform that you stand for, and they did a whole interview with you. And I believe the last I looked, it had over 8 million views?
Yes, ma'am. Facebook, they reached out to us during the coronavirus. So they created a video of all of us and how the corona impacted us as have been driving and what we see. So, and you can find it on the Facebook actual page.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And you know what we'll do is make sure that underneath this video, we will post a link so that people can definitely check that out. So you've gone well beyond Chattanooga. You are now worldwide, I see.
Yes, ma'am. And we're also in Africa, which I'm so excited about to announce that we have 25 women in Africa now that,
wow.
Yes, drivers that's driving and inspiring other women to drive.
Now, you are in an industry where, let's just be honest, that is not an industry where you traditionally think of women, let alone Black women. So let's start at the beginning and just kind of talk about how you ended up where you are now. So if you don't mind, how in the world did She Trucking come about?
Well, it started off as a clothing line. I have been driving for 6 years. And I decided to create the clothing line because I didn't see any t-shirts that said I was a woman driver. And so I started creating them myself. And then I started meeting so many women that drove trucks as well. And I just created the group, She Trucking, from there. And it has just grown into, whew.
I see. But you know what? Let's go even further back than that. How in the world did you look at a semi-truck and say, you know what? That's what I'm going to do? How did that happen?
So in a newspaper article, the Chattanooga Times, I was looking through it one day and I saw free CDL training. And so I said, I don't have anything to lose. I didn't have any kids or anything. So I literally packed up and went to school to get my CDL.
What about that? What about getting your CDL interest you? Like, I see articles all the time. I don't know if when I saw that, I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to do it. What really drove you to say, I'm packing up and I'm going to make that move?
Well, I was a CNA for 8 years. And at that time, I was making about $10 an hour. So when I saw $40,000 starting out that I could make in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, okay, the school with the top max was 5 weeks. So I'm like, in a month, I can go from making about 10 to 20,000 to 40,000. It was a no-brainer, because I was turning 30, and I wanted to be able to, support myself, help support my family as well. And I decided to try it.
Wonderful. So yours was actually just driven from, you wanted something different out of life. You were just tired of the position you were in and wanted something different. So, okay, we go to CDL, you get your license, you get that done. And so you're behind the truck. How in the world did it just take off? Once you started driving, what were the steps you took to kind of make your business grow?
So, I just, the steps, well, because I was driving, I was making the shirts and I was meeting people. I had the shirts in my truck, literally passing them out to different people, going to different events, using social media, to be able to get the word out about what we're doing and get the exposure to, for more women drivers, and encouraging and inspiring them, going out to the schools. We did Girls Incorporated, multiple schools I've been to talking about CDL, because it was important for me not having a figure, seeing a figure, especially a woman driving a truck, that I said, well, I'm gonna have to become that woman that kids see that drive, to inspire the next generation to want to jump into the transportation industry.
Oh my good. Let me just say, I am so blown away, and I admire your tenacity and, just saying, you know what, there's nobody out there that looks like me doing this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to step out there. Not only am I going to step out there, but I'm going to reach back and grab others to let them know they can do it. So in the midst of all of that, what has been like your biggest struggle? Just trying to make it to the next step.
The biggest struggle is trying to find local resources here. I think that's my biggest struggle. It's trying to get people to give you information that can help you, that like simple things like how to become woman-owned, or how to become a small business certification. Those certifications are important to us,
Right.
and lack of information was given. And it's just hard, to try to struggle to get to have someone that say, yes, I can help you. That, yes, I can help you. I think it's the biggest struggle of finding a resource.
Well, I think 8 million people watching your video, I don't believe that's going to be a struggle much longer at all.
Right.
But still in the same vein of just talking about struggles, I know that the business has taken off, but from a personal standpoint, how do you kind of work with all and juggle all these different hats? You got the business itself, you're driving the truck, you have the clothing line, but what about family and just a social life and just things outside of that? How do you kind of maintain all of those?
Wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
So
my day starts early and it ends very late. We just try to fit everything in. I make sure before business, family come first. That's my motto. It's family first. And so I take the time to do the most important things, be with my family, even on the road, coming off the road, to make sure I'm there for different events or different things that's going on. The things that's important, just keeping that first,
right.
is what I try to do to be able to juggle and manage things. And I also use a planner. So having a planner has been the biggest, it has been very, very helpful for me.
I hear you. So let me ask you this. Has there ever been a point, just personally, that you feel comfortable sharing in your business that kind of really hit you personally, like your lowest point where you were like, is this going to work? How can you talk a little bit about that and how you got through it?
Absolutely. So last year, I think it was last year, I was left stranded in Denver, Colorado. I was working for someone and they towed the truck off, and so I was left stranded. I actually went on social media and went live because I needed help. I couldn't think of where I was, how to get home and everything. So I'm thankful for my community, because the people in the community, they just jumped on it. Like literally, I was home within less than 24 hours, like, jumped and was safe, so
Right.
I think that was my biggest challenge, what it taught me was to always prepare,
Yeah.
always stay ready, think outside, know where you are, at all times, be aware of your surroundings, ownership. It taught me ownership too, so I
Mhm.
purchased a truck. That was important to me. I said no one else will leave
Absolutely.
me stranded because I'm
Mhm.
going to buy my own truck. And that was the push for me to become an owner operator. So now I own and operate my own truck.
And that's the part that's so moving to me. It's like the things that are going on in our life actually push us to the next level. Your business started because, you were ready for a life change. You wanted something different out of life. So that's how it started. And then you got the push to actually own your own truck from a bad situation, but it actually pushed your business and pushed your vision. So what's your overall vision? Like, where do you see everything going?
I would like to open up a community center here locally,
Ah,
where people can come in and get resources. The things that I have learned over these last 3 years, now that I have those resources, I want to give back to the community to give people the services. I would like to be able to teach, because I am a CDL instructor, so I can use that facility to teach people how to get your CDL license, help them through test taking. Test taking is not easy for everyone. So to be
right.
able to help them with test taking, because it wasn't easy for me. So I understand how to help people pass, in a different way. Having a truck now, I can show them the truck. I can teach them everything about it, and I can help them start their career. So my goal is to be able to open a facility where I can take all the knowledge I have learned in these last 6 years and pour into other people and help them get started.
Oh my goodness. So now not only are we a clothing line, not only do we own our truck, but now we're also teaching others. And I think that's big, giving back, giving back.
Right.
And I can tell that's a huge value for you. But let's also talk a little bit about the app and about the Facebook platform. So if I were a female trucker, okay, what could I expect or get and gain from being a part of your community?
Mentorship. Mentorship is our number one thing that we do in our community. So once you join, and it's free to join, then you just go to our Facebook community, She Trucking Sisterhood, and then we have a list of mentors ready to help. Or you can just post the question 24 hours a day, and people will jump on and help you in any kind of way. We also use Life 360, so where you can be able to see what other members are, to be able to get help in that way. If you or simple things like, I just want to go out to dinner and I don't want to go by myself. So we use those different apps and stuff like that. So in our community, it help. Mentorship is the number one thing. A sisterhood, family out here, because we are secluded a lot of times from the rest of the world. And that's what
Mhm.
we gain from. It's a network, a big network.
Wow,
And
that's incredible. It truly, truly is. And I'm just proud to know you. I really am. Let's see here. If someone wanted to follow you or to not only follow you, but learn more about She Trucking, what social media platforms are you on?
of course, we're on Facebook up under She Trucking Sisterhood. You can like our page as well up under She Trucking LLC. We on LinkedIn, YouTube. We also have a podcast, the She Trucking Podcast. Our radio show is on Blog Talk Radio up under She Trucking
Oh,
Podcast.
wait. Pause, you want to pause. Let's go back. Hold on. We got to talk about this. So yet again, there's still even more to you. So you have a radio podcast as well.
Yes, ma'am. Every
Oh my
Sunday at
goodness.
8 p.m., we bring people on and we highlight them and give so many tools and resources to help people be able to succeed and meet their goals.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I apologize. I interrupted you for telling all of your social media platforms. So you have the podcast, you're on Facebook. Did you mention Instagram as well?
Yes, so we're on Instagram up under She Trucking. Everything pretty much is up under She Trucking on Twitter. And I just joined TikTok. So I'll be posting a lot of videos on TikTok, twice a month of videos on TikTok. So.
Well, we will make sure that all of those links are posted below so people can follow you and support you. But before I let you go, I do have one question. I'm sorry, were you about to say something?
Yes, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
And if our website is shetrucking.com, so we do have a website, shetrucking.com, which there's a list of trucking schools if you're interested in getting your CDL. It's a lot of schools are free. You don't even have to pay anything, and that's how I started and went to school. It was free for me to go. I had to drive for 1 year, so I have a list of those schools on my website, shetrucking.com.
You are truly a pioneer. You are a pioneer in your industry. And before I let you go, I do have one question that I want to ask. If you could give one piece of advice to a 17-year-old or just someone who wants a change in life or who's just starting at their career and they say, you know what, I want to get into trucking. If you could give advice to one female, what advice would you give them?
You can be whatever you want to be. You know, whatever you want to do, just set your mind to it, plan, set goals, and do it. Try it, because you never know if you'll succeed if you don't try.
There it is. There it is. Well, Sheree, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to me today. And to everybody out there watching, oh, thank you. Everybody out there watching, on behalf of the Innovation District Chattanooga, we just appreciate you for tuning in. And please do catch us again for our next journey. You guys have a wonderful day.